A warm greetings from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. In this video lecture series, we discuss about electric vehicles. I am Professor Radhika from Department of Chemistry. After the completion of this topic, the students can able to explain the working and principle of electric vehicle. See, electric vehicle is defined as it's a vehicle which can powered by an electric motor that draws electricity from a battery and is capable of being charged from an external source. That is, electric vehicles means it's a vehicle which are powered on electric power. It is also referred to as battery electric vehicles. It has an electric motor instead of an internal combustion IC engine, that is internal combustion engine. The running costs are very low as they have less moving parts for maintaining. Similarly, it does not produce any harmful exhaust gases into the environment. Let us see the working principle of electric vehicles. Electric vehicles work by plugging into a charge point and taking electricity from the grid. They store electricity in the rechargeable battery that power on electric motor which rotates the wheels. Therefore, the electric vehicles accelerate faster than the traditional fuel engines. So, they feel lighter to drive. Let us see the various steps of working. Step 1. Step 1, here the controller takes and regulates electrical energy from battery to inverter. The controller takes and regulate the electrical energy from battery to inverter. In step 2, the inverter that senses a certain amount of electrical energy to the motor. In step 3, the motor converts the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. In fourth step, the rotation of motor rotate the transmission, therefore the wheels are rotated, therefore the vehicle becomes move. In step 5, when the brakes are pressed, the motor becomes an alternator and produce power which is sent back to the battery. So these are the steps of working of electric vehicles. So it consists of 5 steps. In the first steps, controller play a vital role. It regulates the electrical energy from the battery to inverter. In step 2, the inverter then senses a certain amount of electrical energy to the motor. In step 3, the motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. In step 4, the rotation of motor rotate the transmission, therefore the wheel becomes rotated, vehicle becomes move. At the last step of 5, when the brakes are pressed, the motor becomes an alternator and produce power which is sent back to the battery. Let us see the components of electrical vehicles. So, electrical vehicles consist of 8 important components. The first component is a battery which provides electricity to the power. Second component is a charge port. So, the charge port allows the vehicle to connect to an external power supply for recharge the battery. Then the third component is a DC converter. So the DC converter converts high voltage DC power from the battery to lower voltage DC power. Fourth component is the electric motor. The electric motor helps to drive the vehicle wheels. Fifth component is the onboard charger. This onboard charger converts the AC electricity to DC power for charging the battery. The sixth component is power electronics controller. This controller controls the flow of electrical energy from the battery to motor and controls the speed. Then the seventh component is the thermal system. cooling. It maintains the proper operating temperature range of the engine as well as the motor. Then eighth component is a transmission. It transfers the mechanical power from the motor to drive the vehicles. So these are the 8 important components present in the electrical vehicle. Let us see the advantages of electric vehicles. So electric vehicles are more efficient. It produces zero emissions, low maintenance cost, easy to drive and quiet. Electric vehicles have the potential to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Therefore, we can protect ourselves from the effects of climate change. It also protect the emission of fossil fuels, and also it helps to protect our environment from depletion of energy resources, that is fossilized fuel sources. Electric vehicles help to reduce the carbon dioxide and other pollutants which contribute to air pollution, smog, and global warming. Then disadvantages. So the usages of electric vehicles also possess some disadvantages because of its high initial cost. We know that the electricity also not in free. Nowadays we are producing electrical energy resources from various renewable and non-renewable energy resources. The longer recharge time. So in order to recharge the battery of EV, it takes more time. Similarly, not best for those cities that facing shortage of power. So we know that some of the cities, even though the scientific methods are growing very fast, in some area that people are suffered by water scarcity problem as well as the power supply problem. So in that category, in that places, these electric vehicles are not suitable. Similarly, fewer alternatives in terms of car designs, models and features are required. So this is a diagram, the components diagram of electric vehicle. Battery, power, electric motor, mechanical transmission, as well as it's connected with the wheel. Thank you.